When people speak of luck, they often look upward, as if life is ruled by invisible favor, something granted to a few and denied to many. Yet, there is a deeper way of seeing, a shift in understanding that removes confusion and replaces it with clarity. What you call luck is not a falling gift from the sky. It is the result of causes you have already planted. Every thought you repeat, every intention you carry, every action you perform, these are seeds. And life simply reflects what has been sown, without bias, without favoritism, without reward or punishment, only reflection. A person who understands this no longer waits for luck. They begin to observe their mind carefully, for the mind is the true origin of experience. A restless mind sees chaos everywhere. A grateful mind finds opportunity even in difficulty. A disciplined mind creates order where others see only confusion. When someone says, "I am unlucky," they are often describing a pattern they do not yet understand. Repeated thoughts of fear create hesitation. Hesitation leads to missed action. Missed action becomes missed opportunity, and then the illusion of bad luck is born. But at no point was there randomness, only unobserved causality. The shift begins when you stop asking, "Why does this happen to me?" and start asking, "What is being created through me?" This question turns attention inward, where real power exists. It replaces complaint with awareness, and awareness is the beginning of change. There is also something deeper, intention. When intention is unclear, actions scatter. When intention is focused, even small actions carry great strength. Two people may perform the same task, but their inner direction determines entirely different outcomes. One drifts, the other builds a path. Many chase fortune as if it is outside them, forgetting that perception shapes experience. A mind filled with comparison will always feel lacking. A mind rooted in contentment sees abundance in simplicity. The world has not changed, but the lens has. This is why true transformation does not begin in circumstance, but in understanding. If you change how you see, what you see changes its meaning. And when meaning changes, decisions change. And when decisions change, life follows. Luck is not random, what people call. Luck is actually the result of past thoughts, intentions, and actions that create future outcomes. What people often call luck is not a mysterious force that appears without reason, but rather the natural outcome of how the mind has been trained and how actions have been taken over time. When a person repeatedly thinks in a certain way, those thoughts begin to shape their decisions, and those decisions slowly build the conditions of their life. If the mind is filled with fear, doubt, or hesitation, then even good opportunities may pass unnoticed or unacted upon. On the other hand, a mind that is clear, aware, and steady tends to recognize possibilities where others see only obstacles. In Yi Sah. This way, what seems like sudden fortune is often the result of consistent inner preparation that was not seen by others. Life does not distribute success randomly. It responds to patterns, effort, and awareness. Every small choice becomes a part of a larger direction, even if the result is not immediately visible. When someone looks at another person and says they are lucky, they are usually only seeing the final outcome, not the hidden process that created it. Behind every moment of success are countless unseen moments of discipline, learning, and adjustment. Understanding this removes the illusion of randomness and replaces it with clarity. It teaches that life is not something happening to you by chance, but something unfolding through you, based on causes that are constantly being created. Mind creates experience. A calm, disciplined, or fearful mind shapes how life is perceived and what opportunities are noticed or missed. A person's experience of life is deeply shaped by the condition of their mind, even more than by external events themselves. When the mind is restless, it tends to interpret situations through confusion, expecting problems even before they arrive. This creates hesitation in action, and hesitation often leads to missed timing. Over time, these missed moments are later described as bad luck, even though they were the result of internal uncertainty rather than external force. In contrast, when the mind is steady and attentive, it begins to respond to situations with clarity. Such a mind does not rush blindly, nor does it freeze in doubt. It simply sees what is present and acts accordingly. Because of this clarity, decisions become more effective, and outcomes improve naturally. What appears to others as fortunate timing is often the result of this inner balance that allows a person to act at the right moment without fear or delay. The world does not change its rules for anyone, but the way a person meets the world determines their results. In this sense, the mind acts like a lens through which life is experienced. A clouded lens distorts everything, while a clear lens reveals things as they are. When understanding this deepens, the idea of luck begins to lose its meaning, and responsibility becomes the true focus. Causality over chance. Life follows cause and effect. Missed opportunities and struggles often come from patterns of thinking and behavior, not randomness. Life is often misunderstood when seen through the narrow idea of chance, as if outcomes appear without structure or reason. But when observed more carefully, every result can be traced back to earlier causes, even if they are not immediately visible. A person's habits, repeated thoughts, and small daily decisions quietly build the foundation of their future experiences. For example, consistent effort in any direction gradually strengthens skill and awareness, while repeated neglect weakens opportunities before they even appear. What people later describe as good luck is often the moment when preparation meets the right situation. That meeting point does not happen randomly. It is created through continuous alignment of action and intention. Even failures are not separate from this process, because they provide lessons that refine future behavior. When a person learns from mistakes instead of repeating them, their path begins to shift in a more stable direction. This is why two individuals in similar circumstances can experience completely different outcomes. One may feel unlucky while the other seems fortunate. Yet the difference lies not in the world around them, but in how they have been shaping themselves over time. Once this is understood, life becomes less about waiting for external change, and more about actively forming the inner conditions that naturally lead to better results. Intention directs results. Clear, focused intention strengthens actions, while scattered intention leads to confusion and weaker outcomes. Many people, believe that life rewards or punishes them through luck. But this belief often hides a deeper truth about patience and timing. In reality, growth in any area follows natural stages that cannot be rushed. Just as a seed requires time beneath the soil before it becomes visible, human effort also needs time before it produces results. During this unseen period, it may feel as if nothing is happening, and some may even assume their efforts are wasted. This misunderstanding often leads to discouragement, and discouragement leads to stopping too early. When progress is interrupted in this way, the outcome is later described as bad luck, even though the real issue was impatience. On the other hand, those who continue steadily, even when results are not yet visible, allow their efforts to mature fully. Eventually, their persistence meets opportunity, and others may see only the final success without recognizing the long preparation behind it. This creates the illusion of sudden fortune. However, there is nothing sudden about it from the inside. It is the result of consistent continuity. Life responds to endurance more than emotion, and to steady action more than temporary enthusiasm. When this understanding becomes clear, waiting is no longer frustrating, but meaningful, because every moment is seen as part of a process that is already unfolding toward its result. Inner shift changes outer life. When awareness and responsibility replace blame and waiting, life begins to transform naturally through better decisions and understanding. True understanding of life begins when a person stops blaming external forces and starts observing their own inner direction. Many people search for reasons outside themselves when things do not go as expected, calling it misfortune or bad luck. Yet, a closer look reveals that most outcomes are shaped long before they become visible, through quiet choices that were made repeatedly over time. The way a person thinks, speaks, and acts each day slowly builds the reality they later experience. When awareness is low, these patterns go unnoticed, and life may feel unpredictable. But when awareness increases, it becomes clear that nothing appears suddenly without a cause. Even unexpected events are often connected to earlier actions that were forgotten or overlooked. This understanding brings a sense of responsibility, but not in a heavy way. Instead, it creates clarity, because it shows that change is always possible from the present moment. By adjusting current thoughts and actions, a new direction begins immediately, even if the results take time to appear. In this way, life is not fixed by fate, but shaped continuously through participation. What once seemed like luck is revealed as the natural outcome of ongoing causes. And this realization allows a person to move forward with greater wisdom, patience, and conscious effort.